Mr. Greedy likes to eat. In fact, Mr. Greedy loves to eat. The problem is that he eats and gets bigger and bigger. He gets bigger and he wants to eat more. One night, Mr. Greedy has a good dream. There's a lot of yummy food there. He can't sleep. Mr. Greedy gets up because he's hungry. He goes downstairs and eats a huge breakfast. Mr. Greedy has for his breakfast 3 large eggs, 6 long sausages from Germany, 5 big oranges from Egypt, 1 kilo of green grapes from Georgia, 1 huge cup of green tea from Argentina, and the porridge left yesterday in the fridge. Mr. Greedy is happy now. He sits back in his chair and thinks, "Great, now I'm not hungry. What shall I have for lunch?" And he goes for a long walk to get some appetite. The morning is nice and cool, and Mr. Greedy walks and walks and walks. Then he sees a cave. It's dark. Mr. Greedy walks into the cave. He sees giant stairs going up. Mr. Greedy climbs up the giant stairs. Then he sees a big door. Mr. Greedy opens the door and walks into a large room. There's a huge table and a gigantic chair in the room. And then Mr. Greedy smells something good. Mr. Greedy climbs up onto the table. Up, up, up. Finally, he gets there. There's a lot of food on the table, and the food is huge. Mr. Greedy wants an orange that is bigger than him. But the orange is too big. He wants a grapefruit that is bigger than him, but the grapefruit is too big. Then Mr. Greedy sees huge hot dogs and a gigantic hamburger. They smell so nice. Mr. Greedy starts to eat. Yummy! Suddenly, a huge hand picks Mr. Greedy up. It's a giant. Mr. Greedy is tiny in the giant's hand. "And who are you?" asks the giant in a giant voice. "I'm Mr. Greedy," says Mr. Greedy in a little mousy voice. "Mr. Greedy?" asks the giant. "Ha, ha, ha! You're greedy, Mr. Greedy, and I'll teach you a lesson." And the giant tells Mr. Greedy to eat up those huge hot dogs and that gigantic hamburger. Mr. Greedy isn't hungry now, but he eats and eats and eats. He can't eat any more. He wants to go home. "Now," the giant says, "will you be greedy again?" "No, Mr. Giant," says Mr. Greedy. "Very well," says the giant, and helps Mr. Greedy to get down the huge table and across the large room and down the giant stairs out of the dark cave. Mr. Greedy isn't greedy anymore. after Roger Hargreaves.